It is finally time to finalize the whole minimum viable product. Earlier, we learned about how to connect our Lovable website with LLM, and then we improved the user interface to make it a little bit more secure by including the login page and the sign up page. And now we are going to integrate everything with the whole inventory system. The end product is going to be something like this, where you have your login page as we created earlier, where you can include your email and password, and then you can sign up if you want to. I've already created my account, so I'm just going to sign in. And in the main page, you're going to see the history of the chat with the system, and you will have multiple chats based on the history between the user and the system. Now, um, so basically what the system does is we have this Google sheet of inventory system where the main sheets that we're going to be using is the TRX and the stock. So basically the TRX is talking about the incoming and the outgoing of the inventory system. Let's say today we got a resistor or a capacitor coming in with some units, and then the stock will then collect all the information about that particular resistor or particular capacitor so far in the inventory system. Okay, so now let's start with, let's say I've got let me see, let's say this one, spacer nylon 6 millimeters coming in with 10 units. So this one is supposed to be updated with 10 units as well. And if I copy this, right, and then we can tell the system that, oops, where is it? Yeah, there it is. I've got with let's say 60 amounts. Earlier I said 10, but I changed my mind. Just make it 10. 60. I think that's better. Can you update the inventory? Okay, let's wait. Now we got it. So the inventory has been updated with the spacer nylon 6 millimeters with 60 amounts. And then if we have a look at the sheets now, as you can see that so this is the code essentially, and then this is the date, which is now is what, like it's in January 2026. And we got this with 60 amounts, and then the notice added to inventory, and this is, and the person who made the request is myself. This is my email address. And if you go back to the stock earlier, it was 0. Now we got 60, right? I think we can test that with something else now. Let's say it is something new. We've never had the stock before. Uh, it should be recording that on the TRX, giving us a status about this with the amount and the user, and then it will add this to the new row basically. So let's go ahead and test it. So I think how can I say? I think I'm gonna say monochrome LCD, and we've got 5 units. Okay, so I have a 32-bit. I don't know if such thing exists anyway. Uh, LCD. Oh, let's say 128 by 128 LCD. CD. From I don't know, China, and the amount is yeah, it's supposed to be amounts, but yeah, it's AI anyway, isn't it? So a little bit of typo it can understand. Can you add? Okay, now to recap again one more time, we don't have that at all. And then the TRX, we don't have that. So like as you can see there, right? So we got this, the item, and then added to inventory. The user is me, and then the amount is 12. Did I say 12? There you go. And then the stock is, there you go, because we've never had something like this before. If you don't believe me, let's copy this. Let's find this. Do we have that? It's only one. Okay, awesome. Right, so I just turned off my camera. I need a little bit more room to explore around the NLN and the Google Sheet, because I'm planning to integrate the Google Sheet as the source of the inventory. Now, okay, so I'm just okay. Let's add Google Sheet, right? Um, as a tool. So essentially, what happened here is I'm gonna start integrating the inventory retrieval system from the the information of the stocks. And in order to do that, we need Google Sheet, because the source from the client, essentially my friend, is essentially in the form of Google Sheet. So I'm gonna click this, and don't forget to connect to the account and pick the right document. So in this case, it's gonna be this file. And okay, let's retrieve that a little bit. So this is essentially the file, right? This is a combination in the two languages essentially. So don't really mind the name of the item. So we got a couple of sheets in here, right? We got the stock, we got the OP stock again. I think they are a little bit redundant. Probably this one is just an example, so I think I'm just gonna use this one instead, right? So we got the OP as well. I think it has something to do with the item and the naming. No idea why this is. And then we got the TRX. I think this is the right kind of inventory system database. I think, yeah, in a way, you know, you'll be surprised that there are a lot of companies who are still using Google Sheet as their source of information, where people can just simply edit, and mess around with it. So, but yeah, I mean, people use this, so there's something wrong with that. And we're just gonna make it easier for them by enabling AI system that can do everything for them. Okay, right. So I think as a start, I'm gonna go with the stock. I think this is the real one, right? So let's go back again. So it's gonna be this one. Yep. What's happening, man? Uh, change account. Supposed to be this one. Okay, great. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Okay, I think it's good enough. Okay, so I'm gonna call this one. Oops. Wonder what's happening. Get stock. Ooh, freaking typo. I'm gonna click this, and I'm gonna add the system message, right? So I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna paste. Yeah. So the job is basically to retrieve information from get stocks tool. Um. Okay. Okay. If user asks about I tell you what, it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna save this. And what else? I'm gonna change the model. This is 4.1 mini. I'm gonna change that to 5.2 maybe, if you can, but just make it a little bit. Uh, okay, so 5.2. I'm gonna go with mini. 5.1 mini. Can we find that? Where is it? Codex mini, 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 mini. I'm just gonna go with mini. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna execute the workflow, and let's give it a go. Okay. Now, uh, tell me more. Tell me about all the items from the stock inventory. Stock list. Okay, so it's working. In the meantime, let's have a look so that we can know the status. Oh, so it's retrieved already, and they are being returned to the AI model, and then it's being processed, and then it will send to the webhook. Okay, it's fine, finished. I actually changed the model into 4.1 mini again, because for some reason I got problem with GPT-5. Anyway, so let's have a look at the results. This is very good. I've got how many? Ooh, 133. Can't really imagine if we got like thousands. Oh, it's actually pretty much 134, and the first row is essentially the item and the amount anyway. So yes, it's pretty much that, right? Again, they've got everything right in here, which is really interesting. And okay, so we got a couple of sheets, right? So I think let's go back and add some more. Okay, so I think the other one's called trx. Okay, so get, I'm just gonna call trx. No idea what it means. Um, trx, awesome stuff. Okay, I think that works. We just need to change um the system message and use where's the quote here? Get trx tool if the users ask information about the rx items in there. Items. Okay, it's maybe good enough. I'm gonna save this one. Now let's execute the workflow and then let's ask. Oh, tell you what, there's something I want to test. If I decided to refresh this, there you go. We got the message back, right? If you remember from the previous video, if we refresh the whole page, you will lose the information about the chat because we didn't enable the database. Yeah, so this is great. Now, for the TRX, right? I think I'm just gonna make it a little bit smart, right? What's the name? I'm gonna copy this one. What's the item name with this code? Let's have a look. Right. So essentially everything. I think it's because of, yeah, that sounds to me like this is the dummy data. Yes, because all the number is essentially the same. So that's why it's everything. Now I'm gonna make it a little bit more interesting. So I think uh box at splitter. So I'm gonna make it what's that, 34, isn't it? So I'm gonna, oh, it's 33, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this. And how about, okay, and I'm gonna click execute workflow and then I'm gonna click enter. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, it's an amount. Okay, so yeah, lovely, man. Let's have a look. Yes, this is actually true. So it's 53, isn't it? Is it correct? 53. Okay. Right. Okay. Next, I want to ask the AI to change the numbers, the amounts, basically, from both of the sheets, right? So yeah, let's do that then. And I'm gonna click them. Okay. And then I think this is correct. This is correct, but this one isn't gonna be get, but it's gonna be set. Okay. And this one is not gonna be get, but this one is gonna set. Can we get update? That is true. Yeah. Uh, values to update the amount. Okay, I need to be reminded. So we got the stock, right? The stock has got the item and the amount, so it means I can change the name and I can also change the amount. Okay. Yeah, I think this is okay. There's no it's gonna be a problem, you think? Tell you what, it's fine. It's gonna be set. Okay, so I'm gonna save this right now. Tell you what, it's not gonna be set, but it's gonna be update. Okay, because we're gonna be needing to have another tool again. So that tool is gonna be to append a row if you want to add new item, but that's gonna be something else. Okay, at the moment now I'm just gonna make it, just gonna update the existing sort of like data from the sheet, right? Okay, I'm gonna save this. So okay, let's uh, update the system message. Okay, I'm gonna save this, and I'm okay. Let's click execute workflow. Okay, so I'm gonna paste this one. Okay, so the amount is wrong. Okay, it is actually 59. Okay, can you update that? Okay, let's have. Okay, it's finished. It says. Okay, now let's have a look. Yeah. It's here, and then it's 33, and nope, nothing changed at the moment. Yeah. It's supposed to be 59, right? Okay. Yes, I forgot something. So it's supposed to be update row. Okay, from this. Okay, now I'm gonna go with this. Yeah. Okay. Everything is decided by the AI, but you really have to be careful with this though. AI, based on my experience, from 8 out of 10, they do the right thing, but then again, 2 out of 10, where one of them they're gonna do something that is wrong, but you can't say that they are doing it wrongly, and the other 1 of 10 is gonna be the opposite of what you commanded. So you're gonna have to be really really careful with this system, right? Okay, so I'm gonna click. I'm gonna check this one again. Okay, I think it's okay. Now I'm gonna execute workflow again. Then I'm gonna tell the system one more time. Okay, so it says that it's actually true, but when we check the document, it's wrong. Okay, so that's why we're gonna have to try that again. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, ooh, problems. Column. Oh, see, this is the one, right? Column. Yeah, it could be anything basically. I think we need to focus on this one first. Okay, so I'm gonna try again. Um, yeah, so this is very important, right? Um, that's why we need to do a lot of testing to make sure that it's working. So this is, it's a manual unit testing. We want to make sure that one component works. Okay, has been updated to 59. Okay, yeah, okay, let's have a look. Yeah, it's 59, so it works. Now, okay, um, I think because we have like multiple kind of what do we call this, like columns. So basically what happened here is I specifically ask, oh, tell you what, maybe, okay, how about this one then? If I copy this one, right, and I say that it's 63, for instance, is it gonna work the same? Because basically we anchor the whole kind of a update system to one kind of a column, which is the number trx, right? So if I ask it to change the name, is it gonna be the same for everything? So I need to see it. Okay, I'm gonna execute the workflow, and okay, so the amount of is not 59 but 63. Can you update? Okay. But no, 63. Okay. It's not a problem with from here. So let's go back to the sheet again. It is actually true. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. So I think what happened here is from the name, right? It's gonna get the number of the amounts basically from this the name of this item, and then it will find the code, and then based on that, it's gonna change the amount of this inventory based on the code. I think that's how it works. So we need to do a lot of testing with this to make sure that it's not uh you know it's working really really well. Then we can say that we pass the test. Okay. At Oh, let's append a row. Now I'm gonna copy two of them, I think. Okay, let me see. Yeah, sounds about right. I think I'm just gonna go with the instead of updates, I'm just gonna go with append. Okay, and this one is gonna be append row. We only have like two columns, right? Which is the item and amount. I think this is okay now. Okay, don't forget to connect that with the tool. And the next one is gonna be append TRX, and this one is gonna be append. Where's append? There you go. Okay, so let the AI does this map manually. Yep. Okay, looks okay now. So I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna change the system message. How do I do that? Cool. Okay, update stocks. Okay, I'm gonna copy and paste with this. Copy and paste this one, and the user might need to append a new row um, to the sheet. So use append stocks on update. Okay, append TRX tools accordingly based on the user requests. Okay, so I'm gonna save this, and what else do we need then? Let's give it a go. So I'm gonna execute a workflow, then let me load. Yeah, tell you what, that's gonna be tricky for this one. So I'm gonna go with the stock, right? uh I'm gonna say resistor on this row, resistor, and we have like 5. Okay, so I've got a new item from the supplier. Can you add resistor? I'm gonna say 100k resistor with, I'm gonna say 220 amounts to the stock inventory. Oh, it's very hard, right? It's got a lot of typo. Thanks. Okay, there you go. So I'm gonna click this and let's have a look. Okay, append stocks. Yep, it chose the right tool. Impressive. Okay, it says blah 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 has been added to the stock inventory. Let's have a look at the file now. Then there you go. You got this. This is great, right? Now, This one is gonna be quite tricky, right? Um, okay, and hmm, okay, tell you what. So I think I'm gonna tell the system message that the okay, for the TRX for the append, the time now is, because there's a date in there, right? Um, so I want to make sure that it knows the date today. Okay, and the code is hmm yeah, this is the kind of thing that I need to ask my friend about this. My client at the client, I mean, because I don't really understand about this coding. Okay, so I'm gonna um tell you what, maybe I can do okay TX probably I'm gonna go with this DDDD, where the DDDD is the number of row. Okay, right at the moment I think this one is good enough, so I'm gonna save this and I'm gonna execute the workflow again. And before that, I'm gonna go to, let's say, this time it's gonna be capacitor, right? Okay, so please add capacitor. I'm gonna say 20 picofarad capacitor to with uh let's say I don't know 12 mounts, right? To the X, please. Okay. Yep. Let's have a look. Get RX and then append to RX. Okay, it seems like the flow is kind of correct here. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so I have added 12 amounts of people, blah blah blah. Oh yes, okay, the date is actually correct. Today is 12. Today is 31st of December, and let's have a look at the file now then. Yep, it's working. Oh, I forgot about the time. Okay, that's gonna be, and yeah, this is actually true as well. This is correct, right? Because well, it's probably kind of like a -1 because the title of the column is not supposed to be we're not supposed to count this basically, right? Okay, so that's working. Okay, now the functionality is quite acceptable, so I'm quite confident to publish this. So I decided to publish this and put the name, and after that we got this security scan warning when I review the security, and then I click update, and I saw like the security errors. And if we go back to the code, and if you guys remember this, so this one is one of the security compromise basically, because people might be able to hack the server or the system and then change everything and then mess around with it. Well, I know, I mean, like, this is not really a serious system anyway, um, even though it was asked by my friend. But again, just in case in the future you guys are interested in create your own application using Lovable or any kinds of a vibe coding tools, this is the kind of thing that you need to think about. Um, so the way to do this, so if I click publish and then put the name on it and then do the security scan, and what happened is when I click try to fix all, it come back and asks me. So basically, it starts to do some sort of like encryptions, and AI is asking me to do that basically. So I just input my a webhook URL, username, and password. I changed everything, and I think these information, this information isn't gonna be leaked or you can easily find from the code anymore, because if we have a look at the history, yeah, as you can see that it deleted some of the a part of the code. Okay, now after that, when you're confident with this, come back to the web and click publish, put the name on it, and don't forget to retest the system. So I test the system again to make sure that the connection with NNN is working. We can go back and redo the type of testing, like get rows, update the inventory, the amount in the inventory, and append a row as well. We need to redo that again because there are changes in the code, right? We need to make sure that it's done properly. And yeah, um, we can test that with the production now. If I click copy link address, okay. So if I do this, as you can see that, right? So this is the full applications, but still with the Lovable.app. You can essentially pay a little bit more money to get rid of this and get your own domain. You can also download the code, but unfortunately, this is integrated with the supper base from Lovable Cloud. So I think that's going to be quite some setup that you guys have to do. Now, lastly, what we need to do is we need to change the system message of the agent. Now, the system message is going to be something like this, where if the user adds a new inventory to the TRX, the system is going to be using append TRX, and then it will summarize that particular inventory in the stock sheet. So the system message is going to be this one, and don't worry, you do not need to pause the video and then write it from scratch. I'm gonna add the workflow in the description below. So yeah, that's all for this chatbot inventory systems. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys learned something from this. I definitely learned something from this, and I can just simply go back to this video again if I forget how to create a similar system. Okay, until then, bye guys.